And no one can help me except you, because there is no God but you. No one has control except you. No matter the facade of control that entities, organizations, employers, governments seem to have, nobody is truly in control of anything except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so when we face a calamity, when we face distress, whether at an individual level, at an ummah level, to remember this reality that no matter how powerful the enemy may seem to be, no matter how difficult and insurmountable the tribulation may seem to be, nobody is in control except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La ilaha illallah. Rabbul Arshil Azim. Lord of the magnificent throne. First of all, the fact that Allah is the Lord of the magnificent throne, if the throne itself is so magnificent, then what about, sorry, I skipped something, right? Sorry, let's go back. La ilaha illallah al-azim al-halim. The first attribute here is al-azim. Al-azim is the greatest, the magnificent. No request is too big for al-azim. Allah is al-azim, and the great, the greatest, the magnificent, and therefore no request, no ask is too big for Allah, because He is Al-Azim. So this name is appropriate in this context, because I might be asking Allah to relieve me from something that seems too big for me. So I am bringing this request to Allah by acknowledging that He is Al-Azim, and therefore nothing is too big for Him. Al-Azim, Al-Halim, the next name is Al-Halim. Why is Al-Halim appropriate? Al-Halim means the forbearing. And the forbearing one is the one who does not punish you too quickly, who gives you a chance after chance after chance. And so I'm coming to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking Him for relief, despite the fact that I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner who may be deserving of Allah's punishment. Then how can I ask Allah when I am a sinner? Because He's Al-Halim. Because He is Al-Halim, because He does not quickly punish. He gives chance, He gives time. And therefore Al-Halim is the one who I can expect to help me even though I am sinning against Him. Because He is Al-Halim. That's what makes Him Al-Halim. That He will show His rahmah to me despite the fact that I am rebelling against Him. That's Al-Halim. And so I say La ilaha illallah Al-Azim Al-Halim. And then La ilaha illallah Rabbul Arshil Azim. He is the Lord of the magnificent throne. If the throne is so magnificent, then what about the Lord of the throne? And the fact that the throne is magnificent means that the one who possesses that throne is extremely generous, because the throne itself is so magnificent. Yani, the greatness of a king is recognized by how great his palace is, how great his kingdom is, how great his throne is. So Allah is the Lord of the most amazing throne, which means that there is no limit to His treasures, and therefore I can expect Him to get me out of this distress. Now, Al-Arsh, the throne, is a real creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is part of the Aqidah of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, as Imam al-Tahawi mentions in his Aqidah Tahawiyah, that both the Arsh and the Kursi are real. contrary to the belief of the Mu'tazila, who denied the real existence of these things, and they said these are metaphors, these are figures of speech. No, these are real creations of Allah Azza wa Jal in the realm of the unseen. And we say that because there are too many ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in addition to ayat of Allah, that talk about the arsh with details that are vivid. So the Quran refers to al-arsh as al-arsh al-azim, and al-arsh al-kareem, and al-arsh al-majid, right? That this is a magnificent throne, this is an honorable throne, this is a noble, honorable, majestic throne. And we learn in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the throne was on the water before Allah created anything. So the throne, the existence of the throne predates the existence of the heavens and the earth. And it is one of the most incredible creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is an entity that is going to be carried by 8 powerful angels, or 8 groups of angels on the day of judgment. وَيَحْمِلُ عَرْشَ رَبِّكَ فَوْقَهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ ثَمَانِيَةٌ. That on that day, the throne of your Lord will be carried by 8 angels, or 8 groups of angels. They're mighty angels. This throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one of those things that will never perish. According to, again, the Aqidah of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, there's few things that will never perish, including the throne, the kursi, Jannah, Jahannam, right? So this is a magnificent creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is real. It is above Jannatul Firdaus, as the ahadith mention, that the people who will be in the highest level of paradise, in Al-Firdaus Al-A'la, they will be under the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make us among them. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. So, Rabbul Arsh Al-Azim, La ilaha illallah, Rabbus Samawati wa Rabbul Ard. There is no God but Allah, the Lord of the heavens, the Lord of the earth, Rabbul Arsh Al-Kareem. Now here, He is the Lord of the Kareem Arsh. Now Kareem has different meanings. This word Kareem has different meanings. Kareem, in the context of human beings, is usually referred to as someone who is generous, who's very generous. But Kareem is also used for someone who is noble, who is honorable. And Ibn Ashur mentions in his tafsir, I was looking at this earlier today, what does he say? He says, وَكَرَمُ الْجِنْسِ أَنْ يَكُونَ مُسْتَوْفِيًا فَضَائِلَ جِنْسِهِ كما في قوله تعالى إني ألقي إلي كتاب كريم في سورة النمل. That whenever something is described as Kareem, that means that it is the fanciest, the best in its category. And so the fact that the throne of Allah is described as Al-Kareem, meaning that it is the most elegant of thrones, that it is the best of thrones, that anything that characterizes an amazing throne, Allah's throne has that. So it is the most incredible throne, really. So Rabbul Arsh Al-Kareem, He is the Lord of the most incredible throne. So we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who is the owner of such a throne, because again, the fact that He's the owner of such a throne is an expression of His power, of His kingdom, of His dominion, of His control. And therefore we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by all of that, to help us get out of the situation that we find ourselves in that situation of distress. So this is a dua, beautiful dua of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he used to make during times of distress. Some of the ulama, they said that he used to just limit himself to this, which raises the question where there's nothing being asked here. Where's the dua? It's all praise. And the response is that sometimes the best way you can ask Allah is simply by just praising Him. And there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that says that the one who is too busy praising me to the extent that he actually forgets to ask me what he wanted to ask me, he just got too preoccupied with praising me, I will give him the best of what I give to those who ask me. And if you remember, on the day of Arafah, the Prophet ﷺ told us that that's the day of making dua, right? The day of Arafah is the best day to make dua. And what was the most frequent dua of the Prophet ﷺ on the day of Arafah? La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la lahul mulku wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. I asked Imam Anwar this question during TNL, if you remember. So this is not a dua, it's praising Allah Azza wa Jal. But the point is that's how we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's say this together, inshaAllah ta'ala. La ilaha illallah al-azim, what is it? La ilaha illallah al-azim al-halim, right? La ilaha illallah al-azim al-halim. La ilaha illallah Rabbul Arsh al-Azim. La ilaha illallah Rabbus Samawati wa Rabbul Ardi Rabbul Arsh al-Kareem. Ameen ya Rabbil Alamin. Inshallah, in a few minutes we'll have our Quran recitation circle.